So NBA awards came out recently, and to no one's surprise, Ja Morant ended up winning the Rookie of the Year. So now the Memphis Grizzlies obviously have a bright future with Ja and then Jaren Jackson Jr. and other pieces like Brandon Clark. They also have like Jonas Valanciunas. They just have different pieces that are going to be really good for them, or they can trade or whatever, and I think their future is pretty bright. With that being said, I think it's time to rebuild them, finish their rebuild, and bring them to a championship. So that's what we're doing in today's rebuild. But before we get into it, as always, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and turning on the post notifications. I've gained like 50 subscribers in the last like 3 days. It's been ridiculous. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's keep it going and let's get into it. Alright, so Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. are safe. They are not going anywhere. Brandon Clark hopefully isn't going anywhere as well. And then Valanciunas, Dillon Brooks, probably going to get traded. But we have a couple good pieces, really good pieces here to start with. And the first thing I'm going to do, put Jaren Jackson Jr. in the G League. Well, maybe not. He has another year in his contract. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're also going to put Brandon Clark in the G League as well. And then Ja Morant should progress to be like a 90 by the end of the season. And I'm not going to do a lot this year. I'm just going to kind of maybe trade Valanciunas if the right offer's there. But I'm not going to make a ton of moves because I want to do more things in next season. But we don't have any huge contracts. So I could trade like Dillon Brooks. Like, we have no big contracts that are terrible. Like Gorgui Dieng's contract's off the books. I'm going to leave that. We're going to see about Valanciunas and maybe Justice Winslow, Dillon Brooks this season. So let's see. We can also trade them in the offseason. But let's just see what is out there for Valanciunas and a couple second round picks. He's only an 81 overall. So I'm not seeing anything great with these. I mean, we could get LaMarcus if we wanted to be good this year, but I don't really care about being good this year. So we're not going to do that. We don't have our own 2021 pick. That is a tough thing because we're probably not going to be great this year with only basically Ja in the lineup, but that's okay. So let's try and just trade Dillon Brooks straight up for someone just because he has 3 years left in his contract. This isn't a bad trade, but I'm not going to do it. Is there anybody on an expiring contract that I can trade for? I mean, Darius Miller is on an expiring deal and we get a first round pick, so I might do that. I don't really care about the player that we bring back. Or we could just trade for Rudy Gay, get his money off the books. Andre Roberson in a first. This is the trade we're going to do, I think. Yep, we're going to make this trade happen. Get another first round pick in 2022. And Justice Winslow's the other guy. And maybe Tyus Jones, too. So let's trade Justice. Bruno Fernando in a 2023 first is actually not bad. And anything else? Each one more. I kind of like that Bruno Fernando trade with that first round pick, too. So we'll do that. And then let's trade away... Oh, Kyle Anderson, I said, too. There's a lot of, like, medium-sized contracts on this team. Kyle Anderson has another year left. That's why I don't really want to keep him around. KCP is on the last year of his deal, so we could do something like that. Courtney Lee. What else? Nothing with a pick. So let's go back and let's trade him for like Courtney Lee. And then that contract will be off the books after this year. And then the last person, Gorgui, we're keeping Gorgui around. Josh Jackson. We'll keep Josh Jackson for now. Tyus Jones. What can he get me? An expiring deal would be perfect if I can find one. Justin Jackson and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Okay, that's something we could do. Could bring in Jeremy Grant, who's a solid player, but I don't really want to give up a pick for him. Rudy Gay. I think Rudy Gay would probably be best. Or James Johnson. You know what? Let's send him back to the Timberwolves for James Johnson. Now we're going to have James Johnson's contract that's going to expire along with Gorgui Dieng, who's going to expire. And let's see what our salary cap looks like. 420. Okay, yep, 95 million because we just have Valanciunas. We have Ja and Jaren Jackson, and that's it. Brandon Clark, Grayson Allen, and Bruno Fernando. So 95 million in cap space next season. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to simulate season number 1. Well, first off, hold on. Backtrack a little bit. Taylor Jenkins, fine head coach in real life. In 2K, not what I need. We're going to go pace and space Michael Stoffer. Assistant GM, we're also going to fire and bring in Eric Brown. And then trainer. Trainer's good. So let's simulate season number 1 now and see how it goes. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, our first season's over, and we ended up with 35 wins because we still had Ja and Valanciunas. But I'm really interested to see how Trey J, that's Jaren Jackson Jr., that's a nickname that some people call him. And then also, who else did I send out of the G League? Brandon Clark. Perfect. So here are all the awards. We're probably not going to make the playoffs, but did Ja make any All-NBA teams or anything? He did not, but I bet he had a crazy season. I bet he was ridiculously good this year. So let's go ahead and check what his stats look like. 26 points, 6 assists. Yeah, he went wild. All right, perfect. So let's simulate the playoffs. I do not see us in there. Sorry about that, my alarm went off. But anyways, the Boston Celtics did win the NBA championship, and Jason Tatum is the finals MVP. So let's keep going, and let's try and see if we can get... I don't think we have a draft pick. Oh, we do. We have the 4th pick. Oh, we traded it, but it was protected. That's right. So we got the 4th pick. Let's go. That is awesome. All right, staff signing. I could try and get a better trainer here, so we could fire a trainer that I literally thought about firing earlier, and we got the new guy. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the draft, and let's see who we can take at number 4. Obviously, can't load in draft classes yet, but we can take some auto-generated guy. Damon Campbell, small forward, which is kind of our position of need. That wouldn't be bad. Dwayne Martin. We're going to go with Campbell, but I want to see who else. Oakley. We don't need another power forward, that's for sure. So we're going to go Damon Campbell. And let's see, we have another pick probably in the 2nd round. Let's go with Joshua Matthews. Okay, sure. All right, so I want to see how good these guys are and if I made the right choice. We got a 78. Looks like we did make the right choice. Okay, perfect. So, rookie signing, 78 to 73. Sure, we'll bring in Joshua Matthews. And team player options. Yes, yes. Brandon Clark, of course. And then Grayson Allen. Sure, we'll bring in Grayson Allen. That's fine. And then qualifying offers. Jonte Porter. Sure. DeAnthony Melton. I'm going to say no. And Guterich, I'm going to say no. And then into free agency. Wow, we have so much money. We have so much money. Player option. Anthony Davis. All right, who did we get? AD. Not the person I really wanted to get out of that group. I'm not going to lie. Because we already have 2 power forwards. But it's Anthony Davis. I'm not going to turn that down. So let's get him. Kawhi went back to the Raptors. What? What? Kawhi went to the Raptors, bro. He knew he made a mistake last season going to the Clippers, and he's going back to the... He's running back to Kyle Lowry. That's wild, dude. How much money do we have? How much money do we have? Okay, Gorgie Dieng, get out of here. James Johnson, out of here. Courtney Lee, out of here. Roberson. Guterich, gone. Okay, we have 45 million still. Okay, so could we sign? We could afford to sign Jason Tatum if he accepts that. I doubt he does. Same with Donovan Mitchell. But otherwise, who should we sign that's unrestricted? Like Drummond, maybe? Drummond or DeRozan. Let's try and sign Drummond, I guess. So we're getting Anthony Davis and Drummond. Hopefully we can get both of them. Hopefully. Okay, we signed both of them, right? Dude, this team is going to be nice. This team is going to be very, very nice. Wow, I'm pumped about this team. All right, who else could we sign? Because we do need some more players. You know what? I'll throw Kelly Olynyk a contract. Let's get him in here, and let's see if we can bring in Justin Holiday on a minimum. And maybe like Damon Lee. And that's probably all we're going to do. So let's go ahead and go to player progression. See how good Ja is, but I'm really interested about Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark. So Jaren Jackson Jr. is an 88. Clark is an 84. All right. This team is going to be so good. We might win the championship in year number 2. Let's go. And I'm probably going to make some trades because I don't know if this roster, like, it's good, but, like, positionally wise, I might need to make a trade or something. But let's send some untapped potentials to people like Jaren Jackson Jr. And we'll send another one to probably Brandon Clark. And then another one to probably our rookie. And then we're going to trade Valanciunas because we have Drummond now. So this is what the team looks like. We could use a shooting guard. So let's try and get a shooting guard for Jonas Valanciunas. So we'll do that, and we'll trade 2 future firsts. And can we bring in a good shooting guard? Spencer Dinwiddie at shooting guard would be really nice for this team. Yeah, we're going to go Dinwiddie. He's on the last year of his contract, but that's... Or is he? He's not. Okay, good. So we're going to bring him in as our shooting guard. And our small forward's Campbell, which we could run Campbell there. But I wonder what happens with, like, Jaren Jackson Jr. He goes down 1. What about Clark? He goes up 1. We're going to run Clark there. I know it's not really a position he would realistically run, but I don't really care about that. Now we got Jaren Jackson Jr. off the bench, Campbell off the bench, Kelly Olynyk, and Bruno Fernando. We're probably going to trade Olynyk here and try and get like a backup point guard. So take him, take Olynyk, take this pick and try and bring in a backup point guard or shooting guard. We could get Matisse. Yeah, let's get Matisse in here. And let's try to trade away Justin Holiday, this first and this second, and try and bring in a backup point guard. If we can't find a point guard, we might just leave it. You know what? Let's just leave it and have Ja Morant run that in a 9-man rotation. So we got Ja, Dinwiddie, Clark, Davis, Drummond. Then off the bench, we got Jaren Jackson, Matisse Thybulle, Damon Campbell, Bruno Fernando. All right, that is the squad. I like it. I like this team. The only thing I want to maybe think about doing is trading away Drummond and seeing if we can get a little bit of an upgrade at center, possibly. Paul George and Mitchell Robinson. Like, do we do this? It's not an upgrade, but it's definitely something that would be interesting to do. I almost have to do that trade, right? Yeah, we're going to do this trade. And we're probably going to actually go ahead. Well, let me see something. Who is our shooting guard? Okay. So, this is what the bench looks like. I think we're going to run a 10-man rotation now. And it's a little weird with position fits and everything. But I think it'll work out because this team is just very stacked. So I will simulate this season. We're going to run a 7 seconds offense. And I will see you guys at the end of the season. All right, and season number 2 is over. Giannis on the Lakers ended up winning MVP. But do you guys see down in the bottom right-hand corner down here somewhere? We won 70 games, 70-12. I wasn't even going for 82-0. But Spencer Dinwiddie, 6th man of the year. Let's go, baby. Coach of the year, Michael Stoffer. And Grizzlies, do we have anyone? No. Defensively, we have Anthony Davis, and we have Paul George. All right, so that being said, we are the 1 seed, obviously, because nobody else is going to be winning 70 games. Here are the stats. We have 3 people over 20 points per game, a couple 15 points, and then some decent role players down there. Let's go ahead and look at the standings and see how much better we were than everybody else. 14 games over the Mavericks and 10 games over the 76ers. All right, let's simulate round 1 against the Golden State Warriors. We win in 6. Let's simulate round 2. We win in 5. And now we got San Antonio. Who do they have? Murray, Oladipo, DeRozan, Steven Adams. That's a decent team. That is a decent team. They took us, or they tied it up 2-2. All right, let's see if we can win this and go up 3-2. Looks like we will. We do. And let's see if we can go to the finals here in year number 2. Don't go to a Game 7. I hate Game 7s. We're going to a Game 7. All right, let's try and win this game. No, come on. Okay, let's go. We are up by 5. 10. We won by 8. Let's go. We are in the finals against the 60-win 76ers. I just don't see a way that they can beat this team. Because, like, Zaire Smith at the shooting guard, good luck with Paul George, dude. There's no way. So let's go game by game. We take game 1. They take game 2. Okay. We take game 3. We take game 4. Let's go. And we are in the finals, and we are going to win the NBA championship. I'll hop in. We can get a little bit of gameplay action with this team, and I'm probably going to wrap up the video. I know it's a shorter one, but it was just that easy, guys. So thank you for watching this, but let's hop in and get some gameplay before we're done. All right, and we're in the game. Ben Simmons. Oh, hold on. Let's go do this. We always got to make sure it's set in that. I always forget to set it there before the rebuild, but I never forget to. Oh, shoot. Embiid. I never forget to when we're playing, but I need to remember to do it as I'm setting up the league. But it doesn't matter. We are good. And let's see. Paul George, Pandemic P. What you got? He's not Pandemic P this year. He is Playoff P. Let's go. Ooh. Dude, come on. We got to finish around the rim. Wow, that was not very good, but we got it. We got it to go, and it doesn't really matter because we're up by 15. No, 25, so we're not in danger of losing this game at all. All right, Tobias Harris. He doesn't perform. He didn't really perform in the playoffs for the 76ers last season either. Okay. Paul. AD. Okay, I was trying to lob it, and that was a travel. All right. Yeah, wow. I was definitely trying to lob that to AD, but he didn't roll like I thought he would. And now Brandon Clark is in for Paul. Oh, no, Paul George is still in. He must just be playing shooting guard. Okay. And board that. Let's go. We are running. Is Ja not in? Oh, he is in. Okay, let's go. Mitchell Robinson set the screen. Ja with a monster dunk. Let's go. Ja Morant, Ben Simmons, two of the best young point guards in the league. Definitely a mismatch, though. Not a great matchup for Ja. I'd rather have, like, Jaren. Oh, good block, though, by Trey J. There's 33 seconds left. We'll get one more offensive possession, and we'll call it a day. Oh, they got Taj Gibson on their team, too. Former Timberwolf. Dude, I thought that was Kawhi Leonard passing the ball in, but I think it's Josh Richardson or someone. Yeah, I think it is. All right, let's go. Now we got our scrubs in, so let's just try and get a... Okay, Courtney Lee's wide open. And that's it. We're going to simulate the rest of the game because it doesn't really matter. We won by 27 or whatever it was. All right, it's hard to make a prediction on who I think is going to win Finals MVP. I'm guessing it's either AD or Ja Morant. I'm going to go with Ja, though. And it is Ja, deservingly so. He's been here the whole time. Absolute legend. Let's check out some playoff stats before we keep going. So Ja with 19.5, Paul George with 19, AD with 18. All right, good stuff. But I hope you guys did enjoy this Memphis Grizzlies rebuild. 70 wins in year number 2. I could try and go 82-0 next season. I'm not going to do that, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to come back for every other video I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications. Make sure you like this video if you liked it. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.